There are a lot of reasons why you might miss your shots in a fight. It could be that the enemy player has godlike movement and reflexes, or it could be your own bad habits. And with things like recoil, bloom, and bullet drop, having good aim can be really hard. So let's begin. Hi, my name is Lethal, and in today's video, I'm going to give you some of the best ways to improve your aim in Fortnite. If this video helps, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for future content. Number 1. Sensitivity too high. Having a sense that's too high is bad for your aim. Yeah, you might be able to move faster, but when it comes to hitting your shots, it's not so easy. Some people can handle really high sense, but most players will benefit from cranking it down and not up. So the first thing you can do that is so underrated is to lower your sensitivity. Having a lower sense is going to give you more fine control of your movements. I know what you might be thinking. Lowering your sensitivity is just going to make you slow, right? Well, not quite, and especially not for Fortnite. If you're worried about your building, a controller will allow you to have a separate building sense than your normal aiming speed. On mouse and key, you're stuck with one sensitivity for building and aiming. At first it might feel bad, but actually being more accurate with your shots is really worth it. But anytime you change your sense, try and do it by just a tiny bit at a time. This will give you time to readjust while still having decent games in the process. On mouse and key, it's already set up to be adjusted in small increments. In order to do this on controller, make sure you're using the advanced sensitivity settings. Number 2. Aiming down sights too early. Next, I want to point out a bad habit that I see a lot with some of my friends that are new to shooting games. And that's aiming down sights when you're nowhere close to your target and then slowly moving over to line up the shots. This is really bad for mouse and key because you will run out of mouse pad very easily. On controller, I guess you won't have that problem since you can just hold the joystick over forever. Still, you need to be able to aim as quickly as possible. If you waste too much time with the aiming part, it's not going to go well for you. So all you need to do is place your crosshair as close to your target as possible before aiming down sights. And if your opponent loses you for a second, let go of aim down sights and readjust. The faster you get at aiming down sights and locking onto a target, the better. Good aim consists of a lot of adjusting over and over whenever your target moves. A good player isn't just going to stand still and let you spray them, so get used to making small changes here and there. Number 3. Aiming down sights too much. Third on the list is another bad habit to have, and that is aiming down sights too much in close quarters. This habit is especially bad with shotguns, pistols, and SMGs. First of all, you can only aim down sights while standing, crouching, and sliding, which already leaves you stuck on the ground for most of the fight. If you aim down sights 100% of the time, you're missing out on so many opportunities. Hipfire though is a lot more useful when you're trying to move quickly and avoid taking damage. You can run, jump, slide cancel, and B-hop all while hipfiring. Hipfire is obviously less accurate than aiming down sights, but would you rather stand there and get shot in the face or move and shoot at the same time? So you need to get used to jumping and moving around while staying on target. Your movement is what's going to let you avoid taking a lot of damage, and your accuracy will allow you to deal a good amount of damage. You need both if you want to win more fights. So a quick exercise you can do to check your skill is to place your crosshairs on an object without aiming down sights. Next, jump from side to side while keeping your crosshairs on that object. If you can't do this very well, you probably need to practice. Number 4. Bloom, recoil, and bullet drop. Almost all weapons in Fortnite have something that makes them difficult to use. The two main mechanics in Fortnite are recoil and bloom. The third thing is bullet drop or projectile travel, but we'll get to that in a second. So let's start with recoil. Recoil is simply that your sights travel upward while shooting. Some weapons have a lot of recoil and others don't. The most basic thing you can do is pull down on your mouse or joystick while shooting. The lower your sensitivity, the more you'll have to pull down. This is another thing that'll make you run out of mousepad space. So points for using a controller. What you can also do is just tap fire or shoot in small bursts and wait for your sights to come back down before shooting again. Pretty much all weapons in Fortnite have recoil except bows. Now bloom or bullet spread is a randomly generated mechanic that will make you miss a lot if you don't know what you're doing. Basically, it mimics how real weapons behave, but it's also there to make good players just as bad as everyone else and ruin their day. All jokes aside, the way you can deal with bloom is to also tap fire. Crouching will further reduce your bullet spread, and standing completely still or aiming from a vehicle, animal, or while riding on a zipline will eliminate bloom entirely, at least until you start shooting. This feature is first shot accuracy. The only downside of first shot accuracy is that it makes you an easy target, so you really have to pick and choose when you stand still. With the twin mag and the machine SMG, you're going to have bloom pretty much the entire time that you're shooting. But with the tactical pistol, SCAR, and the burst rifle, you can get first shot accuracy by pausing between shots. The third thing you have to worry about is bullet drop or projectile travel. Currently, there are 3 weapons that have projectiles: the DMR, Excalibur rifle, and any bow. To deal with projectile travel or bullet drop, you'll have to aim slightly higher than your target at medium to long range. You also have to account for the travel time of the bullet or projectile. It's only a fraction of a second, but it can make all the difference when your target is moving. For this reason, you'll need to lead your shots when a target is moving left to right on your screen. Worst case scenario is when you're shooting at a faraway target that is also moving. In this case, you'll have to aim higher and also ahead of your target at the same time. Really, it's something that takes practice and experience. If you're bad with projectile weapons, you'll just have to use them more often to get better. Number 5, aim training. The fastest way to improve is to aim train on a regular basis. A lot of what you do in games is looting, running to circle, and putting on health and shields. The only thing other than actually fighting that can help your aim is harvesting materials, and that's only if you hit the blue circles, which a lot of players really don't do. And if you play zero build, you don't need to harvest materials, so there's that. Anyway, there are 2 ways you can aim train. The first is in creative mode using aim training maps. 2 of the best aim training maps are Skaavok's aim course and Raider 464's aim course. But if you're on PC, you have the option to use an actual aim trainer. Some good options are Aim Labs and Kobak's aim trainer. You should make it a goal to do at least 15 minutes of meaningful aim training right before you start playing games. This kind of consistency is going to give you more confidence, but also actual results as well over time. The benefit of aim training in creative is that you can use the weapons that are in the game with recoil, bloom, and bullet drop mechanics. But the benefit of aim trainers on PC is that you can just train your raw aim and reaction time. There are also many more options that are easier to find. Currently, the browse feature in creative is pretty bad, and it's hard to find what you're looking for. But you can always just search Fortnite aim training maps on YouTube to find what you need. Anyway, that's going to wrap it up for this video. I hope it helped. If you have any questions or suggestions, let me know down in the comments section, or you can DM me on Twitter or Instagram. Also, don't forget to subscribe for future videos. I hope you have a great day, and we'll see you next time.